Well, before I came to the YWCA, I was using drugs, and I was at a point in life where I had to make a change in my life, because if not, my girls were taken away from me. And just being afraid, you know, CPS would be involved and take my kids, all of my kids. It was really hard on me. So that's when I decided to stop doing what I was doing. And since then, I've been a year and a half sober now.
I started having problems with my mortgage. I was behind because I have 2 kids in college, so I was struggling financially. So I just talked to my advisor at the Y, and she told me that there's help.
For more than 100 years, the YWCA has been making miracles happen.
It's so great to know that every time they come to me, they don't only see me as a mentor, they see me more than a facilitator. They come to me as a friend and they trust me.
YWCA has really helped us, and so when I drop my kids off in the morning and I pick them up in the afternoon, I know they've been cared for like they were family.
The women and children of our region come to the YWCA for a safe place, a second chance, a fresh financial start.
And I just hope that women out there that are going through, struggling in life, I want them to know that they're not alone. I want them to know that if I could do it with 5 kids on my own in this hotel room, they could do it.
I worked 35 years for FARA. And I've been a widow for a long time with all my kids. And they told me, don't worry, Mom. When we grow up, when we finish school, we buy you a car. We teach you how to drive. So don't worry about it. So every one of them got a job. As soon as they got a job, they got married. And they never taught me how to drive. So I'm here alone again.
I was scared of everybody, the creditors behind me. But thanks to the Y, even my self-esteem went up. Now I know I can do it on my own.
People come to the YWCA to learn about racial justice, diversity, and leadership.
YWCA having influence on families by educating the children from infancy and instilling in them values such as equality, such as respect for different gender. These values that someday these children, when they are older, they remember where they got these values. In our culture, they say learning from childhood is like etching in a stone, and anything you learn when you're older is like writing in sand.
Now the reason I say why I feel great that they didn't judge me is that I did live an openly gay relationship here. My family, my kids were very open.
And I gave a little bag to every of my students, and I said, however many you have, you are that color. You are that color. So if you have many red, that's the most you have of red, keep red. You're red. And if you get blue, you're blue. And if you're green, you're green. And then I went ahead and labeled on the board what each of them meant. And there was some that were like, okay, you're blue, you're really, really smart, you're brilliant, you're an overachiever, you're gonna do a lot of things in this life. And then there was some that it was red, and I said, you know what? We're not even gonna bother with these people because they don't listen. It's gonna go right in, right out. And some took it to heart. And it got to a point where they were crying at the end. And I was like, you know what? It's so easy. You know what? This hurts me to do this to you. But it's just so for you to understand that it's so easy to do something and believe something someone tells you when it's not true.
Working parents rely on the YWCA for the safe, affordable, quality care it provides for their children.
They have a lot of learning projects that that I like it because I didn't have a lot of time to spend with them and teach them a lot of things. And here, they learn colors, they learn letters, they learn reading.
When I walk in to check on the kids periodically, I'll see them, and they're holding my 6-week-old, and they're reading him a book at 6 weeks old. And you can see that the baby is listening, and the baby is responding to that. And even at an early age, they can appreciate that their brains are developing, their minds are working, and they work towards that.
The YWCA is a place to enjoy life through fitness and health.
I decided to become a member of the Y. After being ill for some time, I was hospitalized for 90 days, got some complications, and the doctors had to induce a coma. So I was in a coma for 38 days, and I was just determined that I was going to walk again on my own. And so with the YWCA, the help with the water aerobics, the Zumba, the other exercise classes, I was able to fulfill my dream and walk again on my own.
They asked me, Mommy, where's Santa Claus gonna come, because we don't have any chimneys. So I told them it's okay. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. All of a sudden, I came into the room and there was 3 big bags full of toys. I even took pictures of my kids with their toys.
And I'm very glad that now I have my home and I'm going through the consolidation. So in 3 years, I'll be debt-free.
YWCA being in existence, it's a beacon of light that can direct, guide, educate families, children, and instill values of compassion, equality into every strata of society.
I've been living here at the YWCA for 4 years. I like it.
But we were concerned, being a military family, we don't have roots, we don't have family. We wanted to join a community that would embrace us and make us feel welcome. And doing that through the YWCA has really helped us. And so when I drop my kids off in the morning and I pick them up in the afternoon, I know they've been cared for like they were family.
They helped us find counseling, different types of therapy for the kids, different networking for schools, and just everything. Everything was amazing. They had such a wonderful program here.
It's one of the hardest parts sometimes because I get attached to my kids. And I just know that I'm like, you know what, you're gonna be big. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do nothing in this life. Because, it just, I don't know, I see that I'm a role model to them. And it just, it drives me, those kids motivate me to make a difference and continue working with them and outreaching to as many as I possibly can.
People all over El Paso come to the YWCA for a variety of reasons. And when they come, miracles happen. They leave with a renewed spirit, new skills, and stronger lives. At the YWCA, we depend on you, so they can depend on us. Be why miracles happen.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sandra Bram. The stories you've just heard are just a small sampling of the miracles that happen here every day, both big and small, as I lead the YWCA. The YWCA changes lives for our fitness members, our children, our senior citizens, our poor, and our homeless. It also changes the lives of those of us who work here. The YWCA El Paso Del Norte region is the largest, most comprehensive YWCA in the nation, providing services from housing for the homeless and for senior citizens, financial counseling and debt management, child care, after-school programs, racial justice, leadership, support for divorcing parents, to a host of fitness programs designed for persons of all ages. For more than a century, the YWCA has served the diverse people and needs of our region faithfully, daily fulfilling our mission of empowering women and eliminating racism. El Pasoans have had a legacy of giving generously to support the YWCA. It has now been 14 years since the YWCA has had a capital campaign. It is now time to strengthen our infrastructure and make our facilities safe and up to date to continue serving the needs of our community now and in the future. We have much to accomplish, and I have faith in the continued goodwill and generosity of El Paso. Please open your hearts as we ask you to help us raise $12 million to stabilize and improve our infrastructure. I believe, as Maya Angelou has said so powerfully, if you find it in your heart to care for somebody else, you will have succeeded. Today, I am asking you to be why miracles happen at the YWCA.